Welcome, everybody, to the Press X Podcast, Episode 0, the pilot. I don't even know if they're going to see this.
I'm not a pilot.
This is a test episode.
The
we will
Type 0 podcast.
see episode Type 0. We'll see how it goes. I'm Kevin McManus, Kellen Willard, and hopefully we have a good show for you. Probably not, I would assume.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about a bunch of things
All right.
that don't matter because it's Christmas and there's no news during Christmas
Nothing
in the
happens
gaming industry.
during Christmas.
Or in general, really.
Yeah.
But what do we got?
I don't know.
We have 8 news items that are
I thought you cut one out.
maybe 2. I added one, though.
Ah,
Maybe 2 of them are significant.
maybe.
We'll have to see. All right, let's start off
Okay.
with Uncharted 4, a game you're eagerly anticipating.
Very excited for Uncharted 4.
It's been delayed.
Great.
It's been delayed about a month. It's coming out now, April 26th, which puts it right next to Ratchet & Clank, which is another PlayStation exclusive, April 12th, Quantum Break, the Microsoft exclusive, April 5th, and Star Fox Zero, the game that looks like a PS2 game, April 22nd. So, should we be worried about Uncharted 4?
No, because it's better than the rest of those games.
Well, that's fair. I mean,
I
it's a little weird that they would put it where it is just because they kind of kill Ratchet & Clank, I feel like.
Because I want to play that game also.
I want to play that game too, and I'm going to get them both. Ratchet & Clank's also a budget game. Comes out at $40, which is nice. Or $30 maybe even. So that's nice. But do you think there's a problem with Uncharted? This is their second delay. It was supposed to come out in 2015.
No.
They jumped from, I believe, November 2015 to March, and now they're jumping from March to April. And historically, games that do this, like Deep Down, which was announced at the PS4 release, and we have not heard about it for a year, typically games that do this have problems. So do you think there's a problem, or do you think that they're just polishing the game and it's going to be A-okay?
One of two things. Either they're polishing or they learned something during the multiplayer beta.
That's also what I was thinking.
That concerned them.
Right. Maybe there is matchmaking issues or something, and they I don't think balancing would be too much of a problem, but maybe server issues that they were running into that they wanted to fix. Yeah, but I think the game will be fine. Going off IGN scale, just because that's the most popular gaming website.
The easiest to use.
They gave Uncharted 2 a 10. They gave Uncharted 3 a 10. They gave The Last of Us, which is the same team, a 10. So I expect this to be a 10, and I expect it to be way better than all 3 of the other games that are coming out, the exclusive games that are coming out in that same time.
I can see that.
Yeah. All right, number 2, which is a little bit of a no story, but we're stretched thin during these holiday seasons.
Not
and that's
much happening.
Yeah. Cell Damage HD coming to Xbox One, apparently because it's been rated in Europe and they don't rate games that don't exist. This was a game that came out, I believe, this year for PlayStation 4, the HD one. It was originally a PS2 game, I think. Do you know this game at all?
Not even a little.
It's kind of like a more cartoony Twisted Metal. It's like a car combat game. And I remembered it pretty fondly, and then the HD one came out, and I was like,
awesome.
No,
Good times.
Not very good. It was like doing the nostalgia play, and you're just like, yeah, this game isn't good.
I remember that.
But some people were wondering what the heck happened to that game because Xbox fans didn't get it. It looks like Xbox One owners will be getting the game. Yay, you.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
All 6 of you.
Yeah. Moving back to PlayStation, have you downloaded any of the PS2 games for PS4 that they've announced?
I haven't tried any of them.
I've got a little bit of a rant on this, but
oh God.
me and my rants. But so we have Siren has been rated for it. Ape Escape 3 has been rated for it. Wild Arms 3, Primal, and Oakage Shadow King. These are all pretty niche games. They're all kind of cult classics, and I feel like almost every game that they've rated and released for these are cult classics. Dark Cloud, as much as I hate to admit it, there's a small group of fans that really like that game. Twisted Metal Black, like they seem to be getting ones that people are harder to find in stores, and that just a small group of people that they know will buy the game are the ones that they release, and I really like that. They have a hashtag that I don't have written down where you can tweet what games you want. I think it's PS2 to PS4, but I'm probably wrong.
Yeah.
And you can tweet what games you want. And I chose Clock Tower 3, which is just a game I like that nobody else really likes. Haunting Grounds, which was a spiritual successor to that game, but it's also like a $70 PS2 game, and it's definitely a cult classic. And then I did Dark Cloud 2, which I think has already been rated
I'm
and
sure
should be
it
coming
has,
out.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm going to segue into news that's not on here. When Level 5 announced that they are announcing a new game in 2016 that is a sequel to a franchise that people love, that they own, I think it's going to be Dark Cloud 3 because Dark Cloud 1 and 2 are coming to PS4 with trophy support.
I think it'll be Ni no Kuni 3, just to spite you.
I mean, Ni no Kuni is good, but I don't know.
I need to play that game.
Yeah, I'm...
Not good at it. I've seen you play.
Yeah, that's definitely it. And I don't know if you can change the difficulty. I don't like the Pokemon games very much.
I love Pokemon.
Yeah, it's very much a Pokemon game. It's like action RPG Pokemon instead of turn-based Pokemon.
That sounds like how I want my life to be, so, you know.
That's fair. All right. Number 4 and 5 I'm going to kind of combine because 4 was just announced today.
Yeah.
And that is the PlayStation Plus games were announced and the Xbox Live Gold games were announced, so we can kind of compare them.
Yeah.
So you don't know the PlayStation Plus games or the
I haven't
Gold
heard
games?
this announcement yet.
All right. PlayStation Plus, Dragon Age Origins, PS3. Don't care.
I already own it on PC. So
Oh, okay.
I have that game.
Good game, though. Have you played it?
Plays really well.
Okay. Medal of Honor Warfighter, PS3.
Eh.
I don't know anything about the Medal of Honors.
It's just a shooter. It's like a
Right, yeah, I know. It's like Call of Duty before they went arcadey, I guess.
Before they were whatever they are now.
I don't know how to pronounce this one. Nihilumbra.
Oh, okay.
Do you know that game?
I've heard the name, but I couldn't tell you anything about it.
I had to look up a trailer. It seems like a puzzle platformer, like 2D puzzle platformer that uses colors to solve puzzles. It looked interesting. That's a Vita one, and that looks like it would be at home on Vita, something that you could pick up, do a level or two on, and then
like
shut
a
it
Vita
off.
Game.
Yeah. Legends of War Patton. I have no clue what this game is.
I know who Patton is.
Yeah, that's about as far. I have no clue what that game is. PS4, Grim Fandango Remastered.
I'll probably play that.
I was very excited. It's cross-buy on all 3 of them, so if you have any of those, you can pick it up. Yeah, I was very happy with that announcement. I've been pushing off Grim Fandango for quite a while. Yeah, and I'm happy I'll finally get to play it. And then the other PS4 title is Hardware Rivals, which also is coming out. So they're going to release it, and it's going to be free. Twisted Metal style game. We'll talk about it a little more when we get to the releases that are coming out. But I watched gameplay of it. It looked fun. I read the comments of the people that played in the beta.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't find one person that said that they liked it, but
really,
yeah, we'll talk about that.
We have to try that.
My next one I have written down is that there's no word on the PS Plus games, so that's a lie. Okay, so Xbox Live Gold, this is a really good month for Gold.
Really,
they get Killer Instinct Season 2 Ultra Edition, which is a $40 game. Have you played Killer Instinct at all?
Have not.
It's a Microsoft exclusive now, fighting game. I really liked it.
Yeah.
My problem with it is that I can't just buy the disc with all the content. Like, you have to do the seasons thing, and I'm hoping once they finish season 3, which comes out in February, I believe, they'll release the thing on disc with everything, and then I'll grab it.
I don't play fighting games long enough for that to be relevant to me.
Right. I play fighting games more than most people, I guess. Yeah. I'm a big fan of fighting games. But I don't play many of them. I just find ones that I like and I play them. And this one caught my attention.
And they're still bad at them.
Oh, I'm awful. I'm god awful.
Yeah.
Either Z Heroes or Zeros will be available January 16th. I don't know what that is.
Me either.
All right, moving on. Dirt Shadowrun. It's a $15 game, and I believe that is a 360 game that also works on the Xbox One. That's something that I really wish PlayStation would pick up on.
Yeah.
Like, maybe release only games that are available on PlayStation Now, and then if you don't have a PS3, you can play them for free on Now for that month or something like that.
Yeah.
Just because the Xbox Gold games, I feel like they get killed by Plus almost every month. There's been a couple months where Gold's been better, but
it's a rarity.
The fact that you can just have an Xbox One now and you get all 4 games is huge and just awesome. And then the last one is Deus Ex Human Revolution.
Yeah, I need to play that game
or
too.
Revolution.
Human Revolution.
Revolution, yeah.
I have it on Steam. I need to play that game.
Yeah, that's just another 361. I think Plus users got that like a year ago because I have that game.
I got the director's cut on Steam for like $7.
Yeah, I've never played it though.
It's very pretty. I need to play it.
I never had an interest in it. The new one's coming out that's got that pre-order bonus thing that they axed and then they pushed the game and so and that's gonna jump us straight into our thumbnail topic, which is the most disappointing games of 2015, and we have a list,
a long list,
huge laundry list here of all the games that came out in 2015, basically all the important ones at least. There's a couple missing that I wish were on here, but and we're gonna go through and just talk about games that we played or we didn't play for whatever reason, and we found out that they weren't what they seemed, or they didn't live up to their hype, or
weren't what we wanted.
Right. So the first one on the list, Evolve. Did you play Evolve at all?
I looked into it. It didn't look very good.
Right.
Came out.
I played it twice. I played in the alpha, and then I played in technical test, and it was a game that is going to have the same problem that I feel like a lot of these games have, that was multiplayer only, whereas it instantly kills your audience. And this is how you do a multiplayer only game. You make it cheap and affordable so that you can get lots of people in, or you make it free. Like Rocket League was free at launch. That's a great way to do it, because then you have a community of people to come play your game, and they're going to be checking back, and maybe you can give them free updates, things like that, to keep them coming back. The problem with Evolve was it launched at $60.
Yep.
And you didn't get all the content. I believe there was $130 of DLC day one. And that's how you kill your game.
You got to get people in the door.
Right. There's multiple games on this list that I didn't buy because of DLC policies.
Yeah.
That was a big issue for me in 2015. And hopefully they learn from this. They know that they can't be doing that. And hopefully 2016 they kind of calm down, because I think we've seen DLC done right this year, and we've seen DLC done incredibly wrong, and Evolve is the incredibly wrong. I've heard a lot of people like it that have a group to play with.
Yeah, it's supposed to play really well, but...
Right, yeah. If you have a group that you can constantly play, you can work together, things like that, I'm sure it's a great time. But when I play it, I just come home, whatever, and I turn it on. It's not fun. Like, I just get destroyed. Nobody's working together. There's a 6-year-old screaming in my ear about how I'm not trapping a monster or whatever. I don't have time for this. So
it's like, I got other things to do.
The next one, The Order 1886.
Hey.
You didn't really play. You saw some of this game.
I've seen a lot of the game, but
right.
I don't know.
I played through it twice. I platinumed it because it's super short and easy to platinum. And I will say it's not a bad game at all. It's a fine game. I know people were talking about, because it was on sale recently, and they're like, this game's good. What are people talking about? The problem is Sony made it seem like the next big thing. They made it, people were thinking this was Uncharted. This was like a huge step. And it was maybe visually, but gameplay-wise, it was the most bare-bones game I've played in a while.
Really?
It's a museum. You can't interact with anything. You just walk through the thing, you go to the point that they tell you to go to, and then a wave of people come, you kill them, a wave of people come, you kill them, you walk to the next point, and that's the whole game, which is fine if you have a really, really good story to go with it, or branching paths, or something like that to make you play it again, like a Telltale game. Didn't have any of that. There's no unlockables, there's collectibles, but they don't give you anything. They're just... You pick them up and they go, good job.
Look at
you.
Pretty.
And you're like, oh, let me pause the game and see what collectible. No. Yeah, so it was, they didn't have any sort of extras that I feel like they could have added alternate costumes, alternate guns, like just have fun with it. Low gravity, like have fun with it. And they didn't. And that was really disappointing to me. And I bought like the deluxe edition.
Yeah, it was short enough. They should have added.
Yeah, they should have had some extra replayable content. But
that'd have been nice.
So this one I haven't played, but I have Devil May Cry Definitive Edition, and this was just a broad one. It's not this game in particular. I feel like there was a lot of remasters this year that didn't need to happen.
Everywhere.
Right. There's some that I agree with, and I know it's all personal. Somebody out there loves Devil May Cry and they hate me right now.
I'm sure they do.
A lot of people hate me right now.
That's true.
But I feel like Devil May Cry, Deadpool, There was a Sleeping Dogs remaster. I don't know if that was this year,
Yeah,
but
that was weird.
But like, there's just games that I feel like didn't need to be remastered because nobody was asking for it. Whereas something like Uncharted, everybody, where's my Uncharted collection? Halo, everybody loved the Halo remaster. You know, let me calm down.
What?
Everybody loved the announcement of the Halo remaster.
If it had worked, it
Right?
great.
Yeah. Let me
back.
back that up. But yeah, then people were expecting things. So like when the Gears of War announcement was announced that they were redoing that, and they're like, we're only doing the first one,
which made no sense.
and everybody's like, oh,
give me a collection.
Yeah, like why didn't you do what you were doing with the other one? So this one was just a scapegoat for a problem that I had, which was unnecessary remasters, basically.
I just want a Knights of the Old Republic remaster.
Oh my gosh, I do too.
All I want.
I don't even like that game, and I want it. This is a good one, Mario Party 10. We played that game.
For what, an hour?
Yeah.
Maybe.
That game felt like the most by-the-books game
Of all time.
I would say by Nintendo ever, but there's actually another one on this list. Nintendo struck out real bad this year. They had a few home runs, but they struck out most of the way.
Hadn't been a lot of original Nintendo stuff this year.
Yeah, there was one that I can think of that was original that was real good.
Splatoon.
Yeah. But
the game is real good.
Yeah, Mario Maker too.
Well, that's true.
But Mario Party 10, they kept you on the train track thing where you can't control where you're going. It doesn't feel competitive anymore. The mini games were uninspired. You had to use the Wiimote to play and like do all motion controls. I don't understand. It's an easy game.
It really is.
They did it right like 5 or 6 times, and then they were like,
8 was real good.
They could literally make a Mario Party that's just all the boards like remastered.
Just redo
all the mini games, button controls, not not
the
motion stuff, and it would be awesome.
Yeah,
it would be like
we'd play that game all the time.
400 mini games, just all the old ones. They don't have to reinvent anything.
Throw them in a hat and go.
Yeah, and I would eat that up. But it seems like they're sticking with this vision of Mario Party, and if the Mario Party 11 trailer comes out and there's another car in it with everybody in it, I will not be buying that game.
Fair enough.
Next up, I have Infinite Crisis. Do you know what this is?
Don't know that one.
It is a MOBA.
Oh,
a DC MOBA. Right.
Okay. I do know this game.
Mm-hmm. So it's closed down now.
That was fast.
Yep. Yeah, I think it came out in like February. So I played it and I thought I don't like MOBAs. It's a big asterisk by this. Yeah, I don't like MOBAs, but I was like, well, there's a DC MOBA. I like DC.
Oh yeah.
I like DC. Maybe this MOBA can get me. Maybe it'll teach me how to play, and then maybe I can respect other MOBAs.
Nope.
Not at all. I played it. I put quite a bit of time. I probably put like 6 hours into it.
That's not quite a bit for a MOBA.
That's fair, but it was quite a bit of my time that I put into this game, and I didn't like it at all. There's just something about them. So I was disappointed with this, that it didn't catch me. Yeah.
I'm disappointed they made it.
Well, it doesn't exist anymore.
All right.
So, Mortal Kombat X.
I was looking forward to this game.
Me too.
And then heard nothing good about it.
Exactly, yeah. This was another one where the day before the game came out, after the reviews were already in, they released a patch that made it more difficult to get coins in-game, and then it implemented buying coins from outside the game.
Oh.
Canceled my pre-order. Was real mad. I was like, that sucks, because I love Injustice.
Yeah, Injustice is real good.
Really love Injustice. Same team. It's same idea. Just characters I like less and more bloody, which is fine, whatever.
Yeah.
Shock value. It's cool for like the first time you do things, then it's
whatever.
Neat
the first time you see somebody's spine ripped out, but
right.
After a while you're like,
yeah. But this is another one on the list of DLC like done wrong. I feel like they wedged it in. They had the characters announced, which are awesome. The characters they have are awesome. I don't know if you've seen the newest wave.
I've seen a couple.
It's like Leatherface and Alien, and then they have Predator and Jason. So like, I really just want a slasher movie fighting game made by them. Freddy Krueger was in Mortal Kombat 9.
He was in 9, yeah.
So I feel like they could do it if they really wanted to. I'd love to play as Leprechaun. And
who wants to play as Leprechaun?
Me. I want to jump on people with a pogo stick.
I mean, you just use Leatherface. You cut him in half with a chainsaw. You're done.
That's fair. But yeah, this is on here just because of the DLC practices, really.
That was one I was looking forward to, but then heard nothing good about
Right,
it once
yeah.
it actually hit.
That's the story of quite a bit of these games.
A lot of these games.
I'm glad I wasted all that paper. Just
Me too.
skipping over.
Wasn't my paper.
The next one is Wander.
Where we going?
So, do you know what Wander is at all?
I wonder.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yes.
Okay, so Wander was a MMO that they announced that had no combat.
There's only one MMO for me, and it's not that.
Right, yeah. It was an MMO with no combat. And I thought that was a cool concept, an interesting concept. I want to know how they did it.
I like the idea.
Basically, the idea was you could kind of possess animals and trees and stuff.
Okay, I have seen this.
And you could become them, and you walk around. It's like,
why would you want to become a tree? Hold on.
I don't know. The guy in the trailer was a tree. It walked. It was like an ant.
Oh, it was an ant. Okay.
But the game came out and it was just broken and real boring. Apparently, they didn't give you something to do when you're walking around.
You're just a tree.
Right. The thing is, there's games where there's no combat. You can walk around, and they're good games.
Yeah.
There's ones that like Gone Home people love. Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. I really, really liked. Stanley Parable is a huge one.
Yeah.
But those are all story-driven games.
You gotta have something.
Right. They're all surrounded in a mystery of some sort. And this game, you can't really do that with an MMO, or at least it's really difficult.
It's really difficult.
Right. So that's why. And then the game was really buggy. And that was another problem. So it was a boring, buggy game, which
sounds like fun times.
Doesn't really work very well.
Sounds like I'd have to drink to play that.
This one hurts.
Oh.
Batman Arkham Knight.
Oh.
So you did not play any of the Batmans.
I don't care for them. I've tried to play them. I can't get into them.
So the first one and the second one were like Game of the Year contenders. People really loved them.
Yeah, people love those games.
Yeah, I played them and I really liked them. I would never say Game of the Year, but I definitely, if they released them every 2 years or something, I would probably play them. So they had good stories, and I like seeing their interpretations of the villains. That was my favorite thing, because it's not just ripped from the comic book.
That's the best part of Batman is the villains. So.
Right. Yeah, I liked seeing how they did the villains.
Mr. Freeze.
I love the Freeze boss battle that you do in one of them. So the first one I really liked. That one was my favorite. There's probably about a down the middle split between who thinks the first one's better and the second one's better. I liked the second one, didn't love it, definitely liked it less. I also played it the week after I finished the first one.
Yeah, you played them all back to
back. I played them straight through. So that could be the reason that I like it less. I was just a little fatigued on it, maybe.
No separation.
Then this one came out, really amped up, real excited, almost like an open world Batman game.
Yeah.
And then you're forced to use a Batmobile with a tank and
guns. The Batmobile.
Yeah, through these like forced sections, forced boss fights where you can't get out of the tank, and then the stories, the worst story of all of them. They're it's just real disappointing.
Didn't work well.
Yeah. So that's that one. I'm sure most people know. And then another thing that we have to talk about, the PC version.
Oh, it just didn't function.
Didn't work at all. They finally re-released it. And apparently it still has problems. It's obviously playable. Godzilla, the game.
I didn't even know that existed.
Right, yeah. It was a kind of softly announced PS4 exclusive. So I guess I shouldn't have expected much. It's also got Godzilla in the title.
Godzilla's awesome.
Right, but his games are
not good.
It was awful. One of the worst games of the year. Yeah, like Metacritic, one of the worst games. It was just bad, and I didn't play this game. Yeah. But just anytime a game that comes out and it's busted like that, it's disappointing, because I know there was Godzilla fans who wanted, a brawler Godzilla game. And
a Godzilla fighting game.
Didn't work. It's kind of like the Transformers game that Platinum made. That was very mixed reviews. Yeah, like they do Bayonetta and it's awesome, and then they do another one and it's like,
she's got guns on her feet. She's awesome.
Gears of War Ultimate Edition. We already touched on this.
Yeah,
I didn't get it because it didn't have all four.
Yeah, what's the point of putting just the first one back out?
If they maybe announced that they were doing 2 and 3. And I don't really care about Judgment.
$20 a piece.
Right. If they announced that they were doing that, what they ended up doing was giving you the other ones as downloads to play on the Xbox One, because they're backwards compatible now. Yeah. I'm just gonna get all the other ones from you.
I have all the other ones for 360
and just play them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was disappointing because I don't see the vision behind doing that.
No,
It felt like they had a vision and then they kind of backtracked on it, and then it felt like, why are you even doing
Seems
this?
like they ran out of time or something. I don't know. That's a weird way to do it.
Speaking of running out of time, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5. Apparently the rights for Tony Hawk games were expiring, and they had to put out a game, being good old Activision.
Oh yeah.
And we got Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5.
Great game.
Game of the year. I was really disappointed with this. I was in the mood for a Tony Hawk game. I actually went to the store the day after it came out and bought Tony Hawk Underground. I bought Tony Hawk Underground for the original Xbox and hooked it up and played it.
It was a very good game.
Yeah, because I was so depressed that Tony Hawk 5 was just
You're just that ready for Tony Hawk.
Complete garbage, yeah.
You so wanted Tony Hawk that you went and bought an original.
Yeah, and it was $3 and it was great. Excellent. It may have been less.
Probably. That's a very good game though.
Yeah, so they patched it later. Apparently it still doesn't work. They added the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as playable characters.
I mean,
as like a sorry.
Cool.
But yeah, I was real sad that this.
Tony
How do you break a game that worked like 10 years?
It's been working since.
I know.
Forever.
Tony Hawk 2, one of the highest rated games of all time.
I could see that.
It's up there with Legend of Zelda and like all these.
That was a cool noise. You broke it real good.
I hate my life. Hopefully, we are back.
Quit fucking with that thing.
I'm not going to touch it. I don't like where it is, though.
All right.
Get it. There.
No more hands.
Done. I won't say anything. Okay. Rock Band 4.
Rock Band 4.
Yeah, we'll Rock Band.
Rock Band. Very disappointed.
Why?
No online multiplayer. It's just not there. Which is like half the point of the Rock Band Guitar Hero games. I would have bought it just to play online with one of my friends.
Right. Yeah, I've heard people were pleasantly surprised with Guitar Hero and pretty disappointed with Rock Band. It had a lot of problems. Like they advertised that you could transfer your DLC. Some songs work, some songs didn't. Some they wanted you to pay again, even if you had them. Whereas people were upset about Guitar Hero for a different reason, and that's that you can't buy the songs. You kind of rent them. You win tokens, and then you can go into their store and play the songs. But the songs constantly change. So it's like a station. So they never actually have to get the complete rights to give out the songs. They just have a rotating thing of songs that they add and change
weird.
And stuff.
I don't like that.
I like it.
I mean, it's a good idea if you did it with some certain songs. Or something.
Right, that's how it is. You have songs on the thing.
Yeah.
But there's like Guitar Hero Live. I mean, that's the name of it. But they have the Guitar Hero Live mode where it's like the live crowd.
Yeah.
But they also have music videos, and it just puts the guitar things over the music videos, so you can watch them. People can watch the music video while you play. Things like that. I think Guitar Hero also way cheaper.
Yeah.
I think Guitar Hero won that music game battle.
Yeah, definitely.
But it definitely wasn't an astounding return for the music game genre.
No.
Though we still have one more music game coming out soon that we'll talk about a little later.
All right. Yeah, if Rock Band let me transfer on my DLC, that would take a while. I've got like several hundred songs on Rock Band 3. It's ridiculous.
Chibi Robo Ziplash. Now, I know you're a big Chibi Robo fan.
I am.
Yeah, I put this game on here. It's a side-scroller, 2D platformer, my style game.
Yeah.
Chibi Robo is an awesome character. He's a little plug. I think I have his amiibo.
I've seen him. I like his name. I'll give him that.
Right. I was very excited for this game, and it came out, and it just wasn't very good. There was issues with, going to the next level.
Really?
So, basically, the way it works is there's a roulette. And
Russian?
Yes. And it has different numbers on it. And that's the number of spaces you get to move type thing. So whenever you beat a level, it spins the roulette, and if it lands on certain ones, you have to redo that level.
Really?
And so you could do the same level 3 times in a row before you get to move on.
That sounds miserable.
Random.
Yeah.
And then you can buy the roulette pieces, so it's all 2s, so that you're guaranteed to do it. But that's stupid.
Yeah, that sounds.
I don't know why they thought that was
to redo the same level.
I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. Really hurt the game. Just really very similar to the Order. Bare bones, mediocre platformer.
Yeah.
And it sucks because I was really excited for that game. It got a really cool amiibo. I ended up just buying the amiibo and not even getting the game. Yeah, it was real sad.
You have amiibos?
We'll get to that some other day.
Okay.
We got some skeletons in my closet we don't need to put out.
And other things.
Fatal Frame, Maiden of Blackwater. Or Maiden of... Yeah, Blackwater. There's no the in there.
There's no the.
No the. This is one that as soon as the Wii U was announced, I said Fatal Frame.
Yeah, I want to play a Fatal Frame game.
A Fatal Frame. Use it as the camera. It'll be awesome.
Yeah.
It's not awesome. It's okay. The game's fine. It's a fine game.
Yeah.
There's 2 issues I have with it. One, Nintendo clearly didn't have faith in it. They wouldn't release it here. It's been out in Japan for a year. They finally brought it here, and they didn't give it a physical release. It was digital only. It's episodic. Just like...
Sounds familiar.
Real weird, yeah. They clearly weren't confident in the game. And then when I played it, the controls, it kind of takes you out of the experience, and it's a little frustrating looking at the controller, trying to take a picture, then looking back at the camera to see if there's a ghost behind you, then turning around with the thing again. It breaks the immersion a little bit. And I'm kind of scared that's what the new Star Fox is going to do too.
I hope not.
Because the cockpit view is on the gamepad, and then the game view is on the thing, and you have to aim and shoot with this, but you steer looking at the TV.
It sounds difficult.
Yeah, I don't know how you're going to be able to do all that at once.
2-player. Gunner and a pilot.
I don't think it works like that.
That would be sweet, though. A gunner and a pilot.
That would be sweet.
I would do that.
That'd be sweet for Fatal Frame. You just have some kid on your shoulders with the camera. The other person walks around.
Kid, is there somebody back there?
Halo 5. So, you're a big Halo fan.
I love the Halo universe.
Yeah. I'm a lukewarm Halo fan.
Yeah.
I really like... 1's good.
1's great.
Love 2.
2's the best one.
Really like 3.
3's very good.
Didn't like 4.
4 was okay, just because I like the character.
And then 5's worse
than
1 through 4. Yeah. Once again, real short campaign.
That was my problem.
A lot of people could speed through it in 4 hours. You could take your time and beat it in like 6. That's not how Halo campaigns work. No co-op. Can't play 2-player on your couch like every Halo game was like meant to be played.
Yeah, that's the reason I like them so
much. You have to have 2 Xboxes to play the game co-op basically in your own house if you wanted to play with a friend.
It makes no sense.
It's awful. I understand games are way more taxing and stuff nowadays, but if they got Hyrule Warriors to play 2-player on the Wii U on separate screens, I think they could have figured something out. Because sometimes sacrificing the gameplay experience is made up for when you're playing with a friend.
Yeah.
You can play real bad games with friends, and it's fun. We had fun with Mario Party, even though that was not a good game.
It wasn't because of Mario Party. It was fun, though. Yeah,
so,
very disappointed in that game.
Right, yeah, that's like, I lent out my Xbox recently, because somebody has to have 2 Xboxes to play the game that he wants, and I'm like, that's ridiculous.
Here you go.
Batman, once again, it released on PC, and I remarked it because it was disappointing again. Star Wars Battlefront.
What was disappointing about Battlefront?
There's no content.
The game plays really well. It's very pretty.
Definitely agreed.
That's about it.
Agreed.
That's about it.
Yeah, it feels, once again, it's got that museum feel to me. It feels like you're just walking through a really pretty Star Wars museum with awesome nostalgic noise and stuff.
Yeah.
If you were to take out the Star Wars from that game, it would be
bad.
Trashed.
Real bad.
People would hate it. It's not like that good of a game. The Star Wars is the only thing that holds it up, which is fine, but there's not a lot of content there.
That's the problem, lack of content. It plays well. What gameplay there is, plays pretty well.
Yeah, it's a
fairly reasonable amount.
Right, yeah, it's a $60 game. They have the $80 edition. They have a $130 edition with all the DLC. Once again, another DLC thing.
Part of its problem. Just give me a campaign and I'll give you $60 for it.
Right, that's why I'm still champion. Splatoon nailed it.
Yeah.
They released their game, has a single player that just kind of teaches you how to play, nothing too crazy.
Just a little
has
something.
A multiplayer that's very good and addicting, and then every few weeks, free content to keep you coming back, to keep you checking the game out. Here's a new level, here's a new weapon, here's 100 new items, like a bunch of new clothes, new perks.
Something new.
Yeah, that's... Then you start introducing pay gaps, so some people have certain levels, other people don't. Now you just split your user base in half.
Half your people can't play together.
Yeah, I gotta commend Halo 5. They did the free level thing this year. All their levels are free. And they're doing rec packs, which are I don't like very much, but all the money for them is going to the championship thing. I feel like they're trying something new, and I like that.
I like the idea.
Yeah. I don't think they nailed it, but I do like that.
They're doing better than some, like
Battlefront. Like Battlefront, yeah.
Like
so,
EA.
Of course, it's EA.
Such a disappointment.
Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. This is the other Nintendo game I was talking about. I said Mario Party felt bare bones, tacked on.
Yeah.
Star Fox was supposed to come out this year.
Yeah.
It was delayed until April.
Surprise.
And in its place, we got Mario Tennis, which has no game modes.
Which is no Mario Strikers for the Wii.
That's fair.
Love that game.
No game modes. There's no like campaign. There's no progression. It doesn't save anything. You literally log on, play tennis. The game ends. You're at the main menu. You can play another game of tennis if you want. There's no.
It sounds like a $5 game.
I know it was a full retail priced game.
No.
No content. Like, come on, Nintendo.
What are you doing?
You're better than this.
Hopefully. Most
of the time, I'm on Nintendo's side with their games.
Yeah.
Like, I think they make terrible naming choices. They make terrible choices. I'm just gonna straight up say it. But their games are usually so good that it overshadows that. And this year they gave us Chibi Robo and Mario Tennis and Mario Party 10 and
a lot of
it's
rehashes.
just not good, yeah. Well, rehashes that are worse than ones that came before
or
it.
even the same.
Yeah.
Mario Tennis.
Rainbow Six Siege. Back to the Battlefront Evolve problem. You have a $60 multiplayer only game. You split your user base.
That makes sense.
I know they need to. They'll learn. They have to learn.
Somebody's got to figure out. I mean, there's no way they can sell enough copies to cover all this.
Right, yeah, that's the thing. Like, maybe the first time you do it, you're like, oh, we did it. But, like, even things like Titanfall, I guarantee you Titanfall 2 will have a campaign. Star Wars Battlefront 2 will have a campaign.
It did. I played it a long time ago.
Star Wars Battlefront PS4 2 will have a campaign. Like, they have to be learning.
There's enough Star Wars story you can get a campaign in there somewhere.
Right, yeah. It's
Same for Tom Clancy. He wrote novels. Give us a story.
Yeah, I know.
What he did.
His games were stories, and they were like, let's just put it all in a house.
We'll just shoot stuff.
You can shoot each other.
Just give me some more Rainbow Six Vegas.
Yeah.
I love those games.
Guess what?
Hey, we're through the first part.
we made it.
Did we?
With only one near casualty.
Near casualty.
All right, so those were our disappointing games of 2015.
Now I'm sad.
So let's talk about some 2016 releases, basically. These are things that are coming out early 2016 and or the last week of
The Last of Us.
2015. Basically nothing. Everybody tries to get their games out before Black Friday.
Yeah, Christmas rush.
But we have Beatsplosion for Kinect.
I'm still asking, what is that game?
Nobody knows. I bet it sells a whole 10 copies.
Somebody somewhere knows.
It's probably a really good game.
They're just not here.
It's a really good game coming out on December 30th.
December 30th. Yikes.
So the first week of January, we have Amplitude.
Okay.
Do you know Amplitude?
I do not.
Do you know Frequency?
I know what they are.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're another music game.
Yeah.
The reviews and stuff have come out already because people have it.
Yeah.
It was a Kickstarter game that Sony endorsed. Sony owns the...
That's a good Kickstarter to have.
Yeah, Sony owns the rights to Amplitude, and they were like, we want to make an Amplitude game again.
We all fund it.
And they're like, well, we'll put it on Kickstarter. You can have the name and do your thing, and so it's PlayStation exclusive. But people that Kickstarted it already have it. People that don't can get it in January. But I've heard good things about it. And I don't know the pricing, but
I don't know much about it.
I might pick it up. It seems neat. Hardware Rivals, back to this. The PS Plus game that's free. Once again, this is how you do it. I don't know if the game's good, but this is how you do it. You give your multiplayer game out for free. So it has a user base.
You got to get players in the game.
Mm-hmm. This is a Twisted Metal style game. Looks like Twisted Metal meets Rocket League, kind of a cartoony Twisted Metal. I think there's only 4 cars. I think there's not a lot of content type thing. They announced DLC in the trailer. I just watched the trailer for it.
Yeah.
But I was reading the beta impressions, and I did not see one comment that was positive about the beta. But like most things, the people that are angry are the people that comment. People that liked it were like, cool.
That's a cool game. I'll play it.
Yeah, I can't wait. Like, they're not commenting, oh, man.
Great game.
Yeah, I can't wait. So it's the people that are angry that are the ones commenting. But I didn't see much positive buzz about this game, and I've never heard of it up until they announced it.
It's free. I'll probably try it.
And then the last one on the release, finally, Volume
Keep hearing good things about it.
for the Vita.
Keep hearing good things about it.
Yeah, I not really my style game.
Yeah.
Not super interested in it, but I'm glad that it's finally coming to Vita. That was promised a while back. It
long
was
time ago.
delayed, and then we're finally getting it for the Vita. So,
Vita.
yeah. So we're gonna have a segment called Unpopular Opinions on here, and we also have a What We're Playing segment.
Yeah.
So I decided I'm gonna switch these around.
Okay.
The Unpopular Opinions is gonna be last.
Very last.
Right, and the we're playing and kind of the sign off is going to be before that. That way, people can leave if the unpopular opinion is something that they haven't played and they don't want it spoiled for them. So let's go ahead and just talk about what we're playing right now. So, what games are you playing? You're on break. I'm on break.
Woo.
Yeah. So, what games are you playing over this lovely break?
Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Star Wars Battlefront.
That new expansion is very good. There's new content.
I haven't heard anything bad about
It's
it.
very good. They redid a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
A whole new companion list. It's really good. That and Earth Defense Force, which I know you love.
Oh my gosh.
Earth Defense Force 4.1.
Yeah, that game's real good.
I like it a lot. It's fun. It's mindless fun. You're fighting giant ants. I mean,
Right.
What more do you want?
A lot more.
Fair enough. That and SWOTOR. That's
Right.
where I'm at.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of games. I've got a bunch of stuff, and I've been hopping a few hours in each. I just finished Walking Dead Season 2. I recommended it to you. I really liked it. I'm playing Final Fantasy 13 because I finished my Mass Effect trilogy. I'm trying to do all the PS3 games that I didn't get to play.
Yeah.
I kind of quit Ni no Kuni. I'll go back to it now that Ni no Kuni's been announced.
I need to play that game.
Yeah.
I think I'd be better at it than you.
100%. It'd be very difficult to be be worse than me. So yeah, I got the Final Fantasy trilogy. I'm a couple hours into 13,
First one.
and I like it. I understand people's complaints already. I read the complaints and the positives. I see the complaints. They're there.
Yeah.
I personally don't mind them. The complaints are that it's a linear story game and it doesn't open up until later.
I mean, that's fine.
Okay. So it's Uncharted, and I love that game.
If it opens up at some point.
Right, yeah. It's just people that are used to the Final Fantasy formula. It broke it a little bit, and people aren't happy about that.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the characters so far. I'm 8 hours in, 7 hours in, which is nothing for that game. So
No, you're not anywhere near.
right.
You'd be done with Halo, though.
That's true twice. I've also been jumping into Sword Art Online Lost Song. It seems like a better version of the first Sword Art game, which I know
Fragment.
I know you have, but you haven't played.
Yet.
I beat that game, put like 45 hours into it.
Yeah, it's like a 40-hour.
Really liked it. Didn't love it. It was just a every night before bed type thing. I'd play a level. This looks like exactly the same style thing with more options. You can fly around, which is fun.
Freaking Elfheim.
Yeah, so I really like that one. I'm hopping into my old friend Hyperdimension Neptunia.
How many of those have you played now?
Played? This is only the second one I've played.
Okay.
There's
You just
7.
talk about them all the time.
Yeah,
All
there's
right.
7 of them.
You're almost there.
Yeah, well, I'm only playing the main story one.
Yeah, yeah.
There's 1, 2, and 3, and then there's some spin-offs.
Yeah.
But the next one coming out's literally 7. So they were like, "Oh, all those ones mattered."
Those count now.
I was like,
yeah.
"Oh, that's
Damn
not good."
it.
That'd be like naming the next Kingdom Hearts 9.
They still make those games?
So yeah, I've been playing that. I got Tetris for the Vita. Been
Okay.
hopping into that. Lego Dimensions, I really
That
liked.
looks fun.
Big surprise. Opened it up. 300 Lego pieces dropped on the floor. I was like, "Oh God!"
Stepped on all of them.
I've never played with Legos in my life.
Who didn't play with Legos?
Me, I had like the big ones, but I never
Yeah.
had the small make
Like the
make
actual
something things.
Yeah.
Hopped into that. Love it. I'm 5 or 6 levels in. I just play a level a day. I like to
Yeah, as you
ration out my games. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm probably going to get some level packs for it. I'd like to play the Portal 2 level.
Probably fun.
I'm going to get probably all the DC character levels.
Really, DC.
Yeah, I'm probably going to get Wonder Woman and Cyborg and Superman.
I like Cyborg. Superman's boring.
All right, so that's what we've been playing. Our topic for unpopular opinions is actually not going to be video game related. It's going to be Star Wars: The Force Awakens. We haven't talked about it at all.
No.
And we're just going to kind of talk about our thoughts and feelings on it for a few minutes. So if you haven't seen it, thanks for watching this far.
Spoilers.
Yeah, go ahead and subscribe, like the video, share it, and thank you so much for watching. If you have seen Star Wars and you want to stick around for us to get into a heated debate about Star Wars.
What are we debating?
Oh, you'll see.
All right.
No, I don't know. Then here we go. Unpopular opinions. Segment where every week, probably a back and forth. I'll go first, you go second, something like that.
Yeah.
Just back and forth of an opinion that we have about gaming or nerd stuff.
Something like that.
That's just not the norm. So, Star Wars. My opinion of Star Wars Episode 7 is that it is not great. It is good. It's okay. I didn't love it. When I walked out of the movie, I was pretty hyped on it.
Yeah.
And then I, calmed down. I started talking about plot holes and all this stuff with
There are
people.
plot holes.
And I watched it again. And the second time I didn't like it as much. And I was noticing all those things. So just what was your overall just feelings on Episode 7?
It seemed like Episode 4 too.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was like a Final Fantasy game.
It kind of was.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's a big... I mean, I don't think that's a big problem, but that's one of them. Right.
It felt like he didn't want to stray too far.
Right. He was trying to appeal to Star Wars fans, people that have never seen it, and people that felt betrayed by the prequels.
They were good though.
The prequels?
Yeah.
That's a debate for another
we'll do
day.
that later.
But yeah, so my biggest problem with them probably is the conveniences. It felt like the most
Everything
convenient.
just lined up.
Yeah, as soon as, R2-D2 turns on, that was convenient. He has the map. That was convenient.
Have you not heard our R2 theory?
No, I have lots of theories. I have theories that fix the holes, but
But they're theories.
They're theories, right. I shouldn't have to, Rey is just amazing at everything.
Out of nowhere.
At everything. She has no struggles at all the whole movie.
Found her in a desert.
She's
the best.
She's a great pilot. That's cool. I'm glad she's a great
why
pilot.
She left yet? Well,
I'm great. She can fight with a lightsaber. That's pretty good.
That was odd.
Good thing she can Jedi mind trick somebody in 4 seconds.
She just figures it out.
Yeah, my problem with it was a bunch of convenience. Now, I don't want people to think I hated the movie. I thought it was good.
No, I like it.
The problem is we've seen it before better.
Yeah.
And I feel like... Right, yeah. I feel like that's the problem with it. And maybe if this was the first time we've seen something like this, it probably would have been amazing.
Star Wars, yeah, it would be fantastic.
But the fact that we've seen it before just really knocks it down, and the fact that it was all those conveniences. So you agree with this?
Pretty much.
That's interesting. Yeah,
I liked it more than you did, but
I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
So let's just kind of go through a few characters, and then I'll have us kind of not rank the movies because I want to save that for a different one.
That's a different thing.
But just what rank it would be, 1 through 7. What 1 would 7 be? But first, let's go through some characters. So we'll start with Rey, the main character.
She's
clearly
actually the main character.
The way I put it was Rey and Finn are Han Solo and Luke, except Rey got all the good personalities.
To a degree.
And Finn got all the bad
Finn's
personalities.
Just comic relief who gets cut up.
Yeah, Finn got the comic relief of Han and the insecurity of Luke.
Yeah.
And Rey got the badassness of Luke and Han.
She just does everything well.
Right, yeah, and that ruins tension. It makes you not like one character as much as the other, which was my problem with Finn. I didn't like Finn at all. He was
Finn.
by far my least favorite character.
He's not the greatest, but
I liked
he's
Poe.
trying.
I liked Poe a lot, and I feel like
more.
I feel like Poe should have been Finn. I thought they killed Finn at the end of the movie, and I was like, that was awesome.
Oh, that's a good way.
And they didn't do anything that I wanted them to do. At first, I thought Kylo was going to turn with Rey.
No,
at the end, and I was like, that would be a cool way to end.
I never saw that coming.
Yeah, I thought Kylo was going to turn, and I was like, that was cool. And I was like, maybe Rey will turn to the dark side and end the movie with Rey and Kylo together.
Going to meet Snoke.
That would be awesome.
No, it wouldn't.
You don't think that'd be an awesome ending? And then Finn feels
they're all cut up,
and then Finn feels like super betrayed because he left this thing that he hated, and then the thing that he found as comfort food left him.
Yeah, it's just gone. Like, yeah,
I think that would have been awesome.
Well, then Finn's got to do some growing.
Right? Yeah, I thought,
waking up.
right. Yeah, I thought that would have been awesome. That didn't happen. They've just went, paint by numbers right down the line with things, and I was kind of disappointed with that. BB-8.
He's a droid.
I liked him.
I liked him too. I mean, he's felt like a new R2.
Part of my thing was I didn't think I would like him. I thought he'd be kind of annoying. I thought he was awesome.
Yeah,
he was way, way, way better than I thought he would be.
I liked the way the way they handled him. I thought he was well done.
Kylo. Mr. Kylo Ren.
He was a little whiny for me.
Okay, wow, we see more eye to eye than I thought we would.
His temper tantrums weren't like intimidating. Like, you need to calm down.
Mm-hmm. I liked him the first half of the movie. I didn't actually mind the temper tantrum part until he took the helmet off. And I saw him, and I was like, I didn't think
he had to take his helmet off. He should have left that a mystery.
Yeah. I liked him the first half of the movie. That opening was probably the best opening to a Star Wars movie. I loved it. But I feel like his menacing value went
it just went
straight
lower
down
and lower and lower.
Yeah, so now he's got a cool scar.
Now he doesn't.
Now he's got a little bit of a motive at least, so maybe he'll control it a little better.
And his face cut on.
Poe.
I like Poe. He should have been in more of the movie.
I liked Poe. I agree. I actually thought he was dead in the beginning.
I did too. I thought he actually died.
I totally didn't look into stuff at all. Like, I didn't realize he was the main character type thing. And when he was back on the screen, I was like, oh,
that's that guy.
He's alive. Interesting.
The only reason is he might have got out because they found his jacket. It's not like he died.
Yeah,
kind of weird.
Yeah, though then they're with BB-8, who he clearly loves. It's like his thing in the beginning, and he was like, "Oh yeah, just take it, whatever. I don't care anymore. Bye, BB-8." Even though I loved you and said I'd come for you no matter what, and then you can go with these guys, I guess.
He gets him back. He gets in his X-wing with him.
Sure. He doesn't seem like he cares though.
Yeah, he's at that point. He's already attached.
And then how about the returning cast? Luke, Leia. Solo.
Luke had the best line in the movie. Thought he would be in it more, but I can understand why he wasn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was a lot to fit in the movie.
I don't want to talk about Han. I don't want to talk about it.
I was okay. I mean, Han was great.
Yeah, he was.
Han was really
fantastic. He was probably the best character in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
he's the most well-rounded in everything because we know him, and he played Han Solo. He didn't play Harrison Ford, which a lot of people were worried about.
Yeah, could have been an issue.
And then what about Leia?
She's just kind of there.
Yeah, she took me out of the movie a little bit. She had some lines that weren't delivered quite like I wanted them, and I was like, oh. And then I got back into it.
Yeah, she's just kind of there.
I mean, good for definitely her and her.
Yeah,
they weren't the greatest actors to begin with.
No.
So I was worried with Luke, and then he wasn't really in the movie, and I was like, oh, they did a good job with Luke.
Best line in the movie.
Luke was great.
He's just looking at her like, who the hell are you?
And then, is there any side characters or any other characters that you want to just make a note about that you either really didn't like or really liked? Or
I wish Phasma had done something.
Oh, I forgot about Phasma.
I wish she had done something.
Phasma did nothing.
Actual nothing. She just looked cool.
I kind of hope she's not in the next one. I kind of hope that was it.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, I think they were trying to make a Boba Fett. Somebody who doesn't have many lines, is super mysterious, and then they can flesh out her backstory and make her really cool. She wasn't cool at all. No, she looked like an idiot.
She was an idiot. She's just like, I'll turn the shields off, I guess.
Yeah, I was excited for they're selling all these action figures of her, and they have her in the commercials and stuff like that, and then she
feels like a mascot.
She's awful.
She doesn't do anything.
She's awful. Yeah, that was good. I totally forgot about Phasma.
I was extremely disappointed in her
because
the actress they got to portray her is great. She's a Game of Thrones actress,
right?
Care about, but
right.
I was looking forward to her, and I was like, she does nothing.
Yeah, another character that I really liked was the when they went into the bar again. The Jabba the Hutt style character that had the slave chick, and she whispered in his ear because 10 seconds ago, Finn tells Han Solo that the droid is wanted, and he's like, "Oh, big shot," or whatever he calls him, and then they go into the super popular bar with the droid and within 15 seconds they
they're getting
called out.
Both, though.
Yeah, so that was a stupid decision by the characters in the movie.
Leave them on the ship.
Yeah, that was a little weird. But I liked that just because it was kind of a throwback, and I really hope that character becomes like a mobster type character, like Jabba. You doubt it?
I think he's dead.
Oh, because it blew up?
Because they blew the hell out of that building.
I don't know. I think Rey should have gotten blown the hell out of it the end of the movie. Or not Rey, Ren should have gotten blown up at the end of the movie too, but apparently he can teleport. So.
Well, who can't?
Yeah, like there was just parts in the movie where he got places really fast.
He's just there.
Like when he got shot and then they're running away and then he's in front of them.
He's just in the
and I'm like, how'd that happen? And then the world thing, like it clearly blew up and he was on it. So he either can teleport or Snoke can teleport him or something
there's
because
a ship in his pocket.
he dead if that's not the case.
Yeah.
All right. Any other characters?
That's most of them.
Yeah, I think I'm fresh out.
I like the two random, I guess, employers of Han Solo they meet on his big ship when he's looking for the Falcon.
Did you like
I can't remember their names.
the tentacle monster?
They were weird, kind of funny.
That was I think the worst part of the movie. Like that took me out of it the most.
I like the two characters that are after him though.
They're
just cool designs.
No, yeah, I understand that. But like the tentacle monster that like murdered the people, and then it like grabs Finn and it's like, oh, I'm not gonna murder you.
Instead of killing him, I'll just take him 6 miles.
Yeah,
away.
that was convenient.
Yeah, convenient.
A bunch of conveniences. So without ranking the movies, because I do want to do that sometime, just saying 1 being the best, 7 being the worst, where would episode 7 fall on your scale?
3.
Wow.
3.
I
really liked it.
We don't need to say more about your ranking. For me, it's 5, teetering towards 6.
Really?
Yes. So interesting, but we'll bring that topic back up some other day.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about it. Real excited for Rogue One. Super excited for episode 8. I think
episode
8 will make or break episode 7, which is a little weird to say, but they have to explain everything, and then you can go back and watch 7 and be like, oh yeah, that's right, they did this. Yeah. So we'll have to see how that goes. But if you hung out for the unpopular opinions, once again, thank you. Go ahead and subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends. Thank you for joining me, Kellen.
No problem.
All right, and I'll speak with you guys next time.
Woo.